Hello, my beautiful people. How are you on this morning? So let's get started talking about these country Wayne skits. So I'm gonna do two different reviews, but my first one is with Dalen and Anthony. Look, I don't know why Anthony always asks Dalen questions, because Dalen gives him the raw and uncut truth. You get what I'm saying? He may not have been good in some areas, but as far as telling Anthony about himself, oh, he's Picasso with that. So he's over there with Anthony and PRA and whatnot. PRA gets a phone call, whatever, she leaves out. So he asked Dalen, he was like, say man, when the last time that you been on a trip? And then he said, man, I know I hadn't been in one since I opened up Doughboy. So probably since Shayla's, And he said, why you asking me that, man? He said, you feel like taking a break or something? And he was like, that too, but I'm taking Shayla on a vacation. So Dalen looking like, Shayla on a vacation? You taking Shayla on a vacation? He said, what happened with Amber? I told you she gave the earrings back. Boy, that's all that. So he said, so just because she gave the earrings back, you gonna book a vacation for you and Shayla? And then he looked at him, he said, see man, I told you your intentions weren't right from the beginning. And he talking about they were right from the beginning. But so as soon as she gave you back, she gave you back the earrings, then now it's over. Well, you just going on to the next, huh? That's what you're doing. Well, what you want me to do? I bought her earrings, What you want me to buy her, a necklace, a car, a ring or something? I told you not to buy her love anyway, man. I told you do something genuine for her, And wait a minute. And I told him, you don't need to be buying her nothing. And so he was like, I did do it genuine. He said, you tried one thing and it didn't work, and now you moving on to the next. He said this don't sound like repetitive, though. He said, this don't sound repetitive, which that is something that he do. If he don't get his way, see, Shayla is his, some people always gonna have one person, no matter what you do to them, they're gonna always be around like they obsessed or something, like they can't get another person, and that person can do all kind of dirt to them and they'll still be there. And if it don't work with the next person, they'll go back to that person. See, that's what Shayla is for Anthony, because of the fact she know how she got him. She paranoid all the way now, especially about Amber. So he was like, well, I need a break. So Dalen was like, so let me ask you this: if Amber would not have given you the earrings back, would you be booking a trip for you and Shayla? He couldn't say nothing then, because if she wouldn't have gave you them earrings back, you probably would have took Amber on a trip. You probably would have done something for her because you were jealous that she went on a trip to Spain, because you're a competitive type person. That's what type of person you are. And though he was like, he said, man, you using Shayla as a rebound. He was type, man, that's the mother of my child. He said, oh, so you saying that the mother of your child can't be he said, wait a minute, hold on, y'all. I'm trying to, because, baby, I have to write stuff down to make sure I get all the goods right. Then he was like, so you saying that the mother of your child can't be a rebound? He was like, no. He said, man, whatever. He said, I'm just saying that, it just feels like you don't know what you want. You just go on. When that man said you go on to the next like a lost puppy, you like a lost dog. That man said you like a lost dog. You just go with whoever opened up the door. Man, when he said that, I started visualizing a dog that is lost. And if somebody even come out to get their mail, the dog run up to him and start begging. So that's what I was thinking. That was just going on in my head when he said that. So he said, man, whatever, So he said, it's just crazy. And then he said, where y'all going on vacation at? He was like, well, I don't know. I told her that she could choose. He said, choose the vacation spot? You gonna let Shayla choose a vacation spot. Well, man, you know I'm not good at picking spots. Man, y'all going to Miami. Boy, I started laughing when he said that. He said, man, y'all going to Miami. Because I'm just saying clearly, you know, Shayla settles for anything. So pretty much, she could be, and then he gonna ask it. What you mean settles? So you saying that she settled for me? He said, I'm saying that clearly she settled for spot number 2. Yes. He told you exactly what it was. She did settle because she wanted to live the life that Amber been living, and she thought that he was going to do her the way he did Amber. He haven't yet done that yet. Taking her on this vacation would probably be the first thing, and then he didn't voluntarily done it. She asked him to go on a vacation. So he still haven't done nothing for you spontaneously. Everything that y'all get, you doing it yourself. So he's talking about, man, he said she ain't even your first choice now. You was trying to do something for Amber, and you don't see that? Like, you was really, even though you trying to stop her from getting all your assets and stuff, you still went out and did stuff on your own to try to appease her, and she saw you for what it was, and she told you about yourself, so you want to get mad, and then you want to do that. So he like, bro, I'm not here to judge you. You know, you do what you want to do. And then he was like, Miami's nice, Puerto Rico, maybe not Puerto Rico. She may think she might need a passport. And so he said, boy, he said, you crazy. Like, that's like literally insane that you don't even think like, how does your mind work? Like, you know, he started asking him, that started making Anthony think, you know. He said, you just think everything is about you. How do I think everything's about me? How about Amber earrings, and I bought and I'm taking Shayla on a vacation. So he was like, cause it's all for your pleasure, man. Like, it ain't really even about taking Shayla on vacation. About everything has to result in you. It has to be about you, you know. He was like, you know, the earrings were not genuine. Okay, say if it's okay. The earrings were not genuine with Amber, because if she gave them back, if she gave you the earrings back, and you would still be trying, okay? Then this trip you trying to take Shayla on, it ain't genuine. You just doing this because Amber don't want you, and that's the truth. You just trying to do, well, really it ain't Anthony doing it, it's Shayla doing it to try to make Amber feel like that he treating her differently. But Amber don't give a doggone, like, who cares? So you feel like since Amber went on a trip, you gonna go on a trip too. You trying to show her up, huh? And then he was talking about whatever, you know, like that. And he said, nah, he said, man, whatever. He said, man, don't ask me nothing else. He was like, man, you be judging me. But Dalen said, man, I'm not judging you. I'm just telling you the truth. He don't like it when you tell him the truth. So now he done went home, and Shayla telling him that she wants to go to Jamaica so they can have sex on the beach. Oh, a drink and that, and then you want to party, or you want to be outside. Yeah, I want to be outside. I want to wear little or nothing. I want to have a good time and all this type of stuff. She thinking he gonna propose to her out there on that beach, and that ain't what's gonna happen. She just preparing all this stuff that ain't even much existing. So she needs to cut it out, but it is what it is. I just want to see what the outcome gonna be when Brittany get them finances. I wonder, is this trip gonna be on there too, because she's gonna use his card to go on this trip, and it's gonna say where it's going. So yeah, y'all ready for it? Popcorn over Rebound.